pitch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my God! Wow!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the forest of Huntington University. I'm Carson Watkins, joined by my partner, Ryan Walker. Tonight, we got the State 9 rivalry between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington University Foresters, a matchup much anticipated around the Crossroads League.
Yeah, you got that right, Carson. These teams, no matter where they're at in the standings, it's going to be a hard, lock, tough battle between these two. Take a look at the standings here.
Yeah, right now we're looking at Indiana Wesleyan at the top, per usual. They just came off of a win against number 24, St. Francis. St. Francis gave them a run for their money. But right now, something that's going to start developing is, as you noticed, something that also happened during soccer season. Some teams are higher in the standings but have played less games. That's something the Crossroads League's going to have to pay attention to. But if the Foresters want to keep pace in the playoff race, they're going to have to watch out for this man. Player to watch for Taylor, we got Jason Hubbard.
Yeah, Jason Hubbard has been dynamic for the Taylor Trojans all season long. He's averaging about 20 points per game, 16 blocks and 10 steals. Dynamic all over the court, like I said, and plus, he's also the leading rebounder. Yeah, with 117 on the year. The Foresters are going to have to watch out for him. Really interesting to see who Coach Alford's going to put him up against, but they're also going to have a challenge with Caleb Middlesworth, a player to watch for the Foresters tonight. Caleb Middlesworth played so well last game, scoring 28 points. He struggled in the first half, believe it or not, with just 3 of 10 shooting, but ended up with 28. Had a couple assists, but put together 9 rebounds, and guy that's going to get it done on both sides of the court. Yeah,
really showed a lot about his character too. When the going got rough, like you said, struggled shooting right out of the break, but really got back and was a huge part of that win. But last year, the Trojans drive up here at Platt Arena didn't end well for the Foresters, and for more on that, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Jordan Herring. Jordan?
Hey everybody, I'm Jordan Herring here with FDN Sports for your sideline report. Now, I was able to speak with Caleb Middlesworth tonight before the game against Taylor. He said that this is going to be no easy match by any means. To remind everyone, Taylor did eliminate Huntington from the conference tournament last season. And speaking of Middlesworth, he said that it's going to be a little bit of a mental challenge as they do have to face Taylor tonight and then on Saturday night. But overall, he said that the guys are really energized and ready for this matchup, and they're hoping to bring in a W tonight. I'll send it back to the guys in the booth, and I'm Jordan Herring with FDN Sports.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that report. Yeah, last year Mason Dagenkolb hit a 3 with 4 seconds to go and set the dagger for the game and the Foresters' playoff hopes. But Dagenkolb's gone, as well as a bunch of seniors from that Taylor team. This is a whole different team and a whole different challenge for the Foresters, and I'm excited to see it. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back inside Platt Arena. I'm Carson Watkins. Right now, we're looking at the Huntington University starting lineups. The starting lineup has remained incredibly consistent so far, and the team has had great success with it. Ryan, can you lead us to the starting lineups real quick?
Sure thing, Carson, and as you see on our screen, a beautiful graphic. Starting at the forward position, we got Hank Pulver and Caleb Middlesworth, sophomores and juniors on the year. Guard/forward, Ben Hummerkaus. He's super tall, so he can shoot everywhere. That's why he's listed as a guard, but he's also super tall, so that's why he's listed as a forward. He's a freshman. Peyton West leads it out at guard, and point guard, Zach Goodline, sophomore.
Yeah, this has been an incredible starting lineup, really dominating the minutes so far. And, even they take breaks is incredibly short. Looking at the Trojans, we got Jason Hubbard starting as Zach Baher, Vincent Miranda, James McLeod, and CJ Peña, my apologies. And like I said, the starting lineup has been pretty good too. Taylor's coming in 8-7 on the year. Had a little bit of a bad start they had a good start in the Crossroads League play, my apologies. Started off 2-0. Things were looking pretty promising. Ever since then, they've gone on a 5-game slide in conference play, and obviously you want to beat your buddies up north.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter where you're at in the standings. If you're facing the school that you dislike the most, Taylor hating the green and white, and Huntington hating the purple and white as well.
Purple and gold, Ryan.
Well, purple and gold, white, whatever.
Yeah, same thing. Hummerkaus goes up for the tip. Taylor didn't even give an effort. He's just like, I'm just going to step back, let him play some offense. Might be good to get the bonus arrow, knowing how physical this game might be. Now we got Middlesworth. Little game of pass going on here early. Huntington really focusing on the perimeter game so far this season, Ryan. Foul called early on the Foresters. Give up their first possession.
Carson, I expect both teams to come out with tons of energy. In these games, it's so important to stay energized the entire game, and they're going to have no problem with it. They dislike each other very much.
Yeah, you know, if you live in the area or you live in Upland, missed shot here, West with the rebound. But if you live here, you live in Upland, you know what kind of drive is. You take a left, then you go straight down. All of a sudden, you're at Ivanhoe's.
Yep.
And that's just kind of the thing. These schools really fight for recruits. They fight for students. And it's always going to be that way. It's always been that way. Pulver's going to pull up from the line, and West grabs a rebound. Middlesworth goes up, and the Foresters having some shooting woes here early, Ryan.
Yeah, it looks like Taylor's coming out with some really speedy defense there, doing a really good job staying on their man and forcing a tough shot.
Also, you know, Taylor has that selling point that's always talked about, is the world-famous Silent Night game they get every year. So a lot of students are drawn to that when they get recruited to Taylor. And it's just something that the Foresters have to, you know, recruit against. And that's why these two schools will ever be entwined. Long three here from Hubbard, no good. Middlesworth, he's so good at taking that pass, Ryan. We've seen it effectively used as Hummerkaus takes another shot here, no good.
Forster starting out cold.
I think both teams are starting off cold. We're almost 2 minutes in without any points. Ball kicked right at the perimeter. This one goes to Pena. Out long shot here. That one no good. Hank Pulver grabs the rebound away from McLeod. Peyton West with a drive here, gets it up and got contact, but no foul. I think Peyton West might have tried to sell it a little bit, and the official wasn't having it. It almost seemed like the team stopped, like they thought Peyton West was hit. They were waiting for the whistle, never got it, and Taylor played through. Didn't expect such a defensive showdown here early as another missed shot. Right now, 0 for 3 for the Trojans from the field, 0 for 2 from deep, 0 for 4 from the Foresters from the field, and 0 for 3 deep.
Miranda kind of faked out his own pass and dished it out for an open shot, just didn't go.
Goodline tries to dish it off to Hummerkaus. It is blocked by the Trojans, gives the Foresters a chance to set up here. Setting up the play here, pass into Pulver. Say that one 3 times fast. Goodline travels. Not a play we're used to seeing from Goodline. He's usually a very smart player who doesn't make little mental mistakes like that, but it appears that when Taylor goes in, we're going to have 3 minutes without a basket, Ryan. Currently 7:06 with it's still 0-0. Inside here, no points. Hubbard gets it away. Pulver takes it. West kicks it out to Middlesworth, over to Hummerkaus with a wide open 3, no good. Ryan, what is going on?
Oh, they're just not making shots, Carson. As simple as that. No, I'm just kidding. Both teams are playing some really good defense out there, and teams are just being cold. They'll start hitting them pretty soon here, I'm sure.
16:35 remaining now. Still no points. You know, this is something that you said, that's something the Foresters have really prided themselves on this year, is good, fast starts, and that's just not what they're getting so far right here tonight. Goodline with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to dish out the Middlesworth. Spin cycle, gets it up, and finally, 16-10. We finally get the first bucket of the game, Ryan.
That was a pretty move by Middlesworth. Little spin, shimmy, get it in there.
Pass out to Byher. Over to Hubbard. Both teams really playing kind of a zone read, zone defense, my apologies, right now. 3-pointer here. That one sinks, and now the offenses are getting hot. That one from Pena.
That was a tough shot by Pena there. Getting it to go and putting Taylor on the board.
Pulver over to West. Hummerkaus to Goodline. Goodline just going to pull up with it. He doesn't care, and he gets 3, Ryan.
I knew it was going to take a little bit for him to go. He's on the scouting report, of course, playing tight defense on him, but it's only a matter of time before he scored.
100%. And that was another thing. We've talked about Goodline's D1 experience here for a couple broadcasts. We got Taylor players in the empty stands here. We talked about Goodline's D1 experience as a missed 3 is here, and Pulver's going to grab the rebound and dish it off to Goodline. But that was one thing. Goodline initially committed to Huntington, then decided with his family that he thought it was the right idea to switch over back to Oakland University, and then when things at Oakland didn't work out, the Foresters were grateful enough to take him back.
Oh, they were sitting there and they were ready for him to come. I mean, what a special player. He does everything so well. In his last 5 games, he's averaging 21 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. It's a guy that's just dynamic all over the floor. He can do it for you. He's clutch as well.
Yeah, and that's what we see. And we've seen a lot of heart from him, Ryan. I know we talked about it a couple times, but we remember that Mount Vernon loss. It's kind of going to be a staple loss this entire season, because when you look at it, things changed after that game. That Javen Knox dagger sent a dagger into the heart of the Foresters, and they realized, okay, we need to change. We can't be shooting like this. That wasn't their best shooting game. And, we talked about it. They only shot about 20% from deep that day. 1 or 2 more of those go in, and Javen Knox never even has a chance to hit that shot. But regardless, things changed after that game. And I think one thing that you remember is that after the game, after Coach Alford addressed the team, we saw Goodline out on the court with himself and Drew Johnson rebounding for him, just taking shots. And that really shows the heart of the player he is. A little bit of a sloppy pass there. No one really knew what was going on. Is this what dished? West had an open lane, but a great move there by Furman. Inside here, tries to get it up, but that's an easy bank shot right there for Pena.
Wasn't too easy. He had a tough defender sitting right there and had to bank it in with 2 hands.
Here comes Goodline again, looking to play some, moving into the paint. Really love to see what the Taylor players are doing right here, doing a little bit of coaching themselves from the bench. Goodline drives in and gets rejected. West grabs the rebound, 7 seconds left on the clock. Hummerkaus takes it out to Middlesworth from deep. That one, no good, doesn't get the bounce. Hubbard pushes off Pulver.
Strong move from Hubbard, our player to watch. He struggled a little bit in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game here, getting on the scoreboard. That was a tough bucket.
That was also, him and Pulver are pretty matched up overall with their height, but he just said, Pulver, I don't want you here. You're going to sit back a little bit. I'm going to make this bank shot. Goodline. West is going to pull up in the Forester logo and doesn't get the bounce right at the buzzer.
Travel
called there. And a timeout will be here. I believe that's a full media. All right, we'll be right back here after this for some more Forester basketball. We're knotted up at 7 here with 12:44 remaining.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. Ryan, slower offensive start from both these teams that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, Huntington's just at 30% right now, 3 for 10 from the floor, and both teams are 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. Both teams got to kick it into high gear with those shots, and Taylor under 30% on the first 8 minutes of this ball game.
Mitchell Wilson's coming into this game. He has been a force off the bench all season for the freshman. Last game, he was the leading scorer off the bench with 10. As Goodline gets the pass from Pulver, and no good. Another missed shot there for the Foresters.
Just 1 for 8 now from the Foresters from beyond the arc.
And that was another thing. I'm going to mention it just about every game, but that Nespros classic run from Mitchell Wilson when he just hit every three for about 5 minutes straight that he took. And the Forester Nation was giving Mitchell Wilson, and they knew they had somebody special. Speaking of which, he bobbles the pass. Is that considered an announcer jinx, or?
Yeah, maybe.
Light one?
Maybe. We'll blame it on you.
Okay, that's totally fair. Right now, Pena and Goodline with both 5 points. West with 4 rebounds. Something you usually don't see from a guard like West, but that's something he's really prided himself on this year, is playing all around the floor and grabbing those rebounds for a player that used to play outside the perimeter quite a bit. Gonna take the shot there. Unlucky bounce. Goodline with the hops.
It's a good board. He was on the ground for a second there and picks up the rebound.
Middlesworth from deep, and that one sinks. And the Foresters, 9 minutes into the game, are finally up and finally in double digits. Ball being passed around here. Clayton. Hubbard with the ball again. He's going to pull up in an easy bucket there. Oh, I guess it's a hard shot, but he just makes it look so easy, Ryan.
Hubbard just seems like he's got a really good sense of the game. Really high IQ player and very strong player when he goes to the hoop.
West takes the pass here. He's going to dish it off to Goodline. West also leading in assists so far with only 1, but he's going to try to go for a shot here and gets that one to go in. Now West is on the point scoring scoreboard.
Good passing around there. Goodline started it with a behind the back pass over to Middlesworth and into West for an easy 2.
Good shot there. Airballed it, but get the rebound, but the shot clock does not reset. Inside, kind of an awkward foul called. Getting a little discussion here before they go to the scores table. They're going to give that one on Peyton West for a hand.
Huntington foul on number 2, Peyton West.
Looks like West might take a seat. It looks pretty tired.
Aaron Hahn at the line for the Trojans.
Hahn at the line. First one's going up, and that one's good. Hahn not getting very many minutes so far this year, and that was actually his first free throw. So he's 1,000%. He's a 100% free throw shooter so far.
Interesting, they got a shot foul on that one. Looked like he passed the ball.
I think the referee. I think that might have been the discussion. I saw him point up a little bit. I think
say he was going up.
Yeah, I believe that's what he said. I don't read lips, so don't quote me on that, but he did point up. Hubbard takes a seat, as does West. Joel Dyer comes into the game. Goodline's going to pull up from 3 here. Unlucky bounce again for Goodline. Hunter Kaus goes in there and plays some great defense. There's another substitution. Hahn's going to take a seat with his 1,000% free throw percentage. Like the draw up here, we kind of got a little formation here. We're seeing like, I guess the only thing I could describe it was like a triple option. Wilson passed it. Wilson's gonna take this one. He's gonna pull up and did that go in?
It did go in.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it didn't even, that was nothing but net the most perfect way. You just blink and it was under the Wow.
Very good shooter, 48% on the season. Wilson plays with a lot of confidence for a freshman, as you see him take a charge right there.
Oh, and he's going to flex his muscles. What a powerful play there. Hey, look, we got a mop shot, Ryan. We know we love the mop shot.
Brett Turner is back, baby.
Brett Turner is back. Yeah, I love the swagger from Mitchell Wilson, too. He just takes the charge with a height differential for one, and then just kind of lays down. And then he flexes it on everybody. So yeah, I did that.
Freshman confidence, we love it.
He's looking for the pass right now from Pulver. And those bench players, you know, I mean, sometimes, they get a little harsh rap sometimes for not starting, as Pulver goes up for this one, no good. But you really don't estimate the value of a great bench player, or in this case, players, travel called, until you need them, and you lose a game because you don't have enough depth. Peyton West going to come back into this game. You know, I know this is basketball, but I'm really known for my football analogies. I kind of think of like when someone comes into a game, I can't even think of a name off the top of my head, but you know.
You're great at the football analogies, though.
Okay, fine, I'll say it. When Connor Cook comes into the game.
Good one.
Dyer has this one. Good line, taking a much needed break. Mitchell Wilson's going to come in here, gets the pass tipped. Heart of a Lion, Hummerkaus with a...
Hummerkaus says, my bad, Mitchell. I know you're open, but I'm going to take these points here.
Hey, I get... Points are points, man. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing with the Forester team. None of them are interested in stat padding. They just want to play the game. As a foul called here, we're going to get a push. Pulver is going to take a seat in favor of Middlesworth, player to watch coming into the game.
Speaking of stat padding, he had 28 points his last outing.
I don't even think that was
against Grace.
I don't even think that was stat padding. I think that was just an amazing performance.
Well, it does pad the stats a little bit.
Pull-up jumper here. That one takes an unlucky bounce. West, that's another thing about West. He has hops. He can get up there.
He's very athletic, yes. One of the team's leading rebounders as a guard.
He's still looking for that triple-double. I talked to him, and we had a class together this year, and he said, I want to be one of the first HU men's basketball players to get a triple-double. The women's got a couple, notably Sarah Fryman had 2 last year, but West is still looking for that one. And Dyer, Heart of a Lion, too. Long jumper here, no good. Another three-pointer here. And finally, the Foresters come up with a rebound. 1 for 9 from the Trojans from 3 so far. It might actually be 1 for 10. I'm not sure if my stats have updated.
Yeah, 1 for 10.
Middlesworth, and he gets a nothing but netter as well. And now the Foresters are operating with a 6-point lead with 7:20 remaining on the clock.
Foresters doing a better job at just putting their shots down. They had a couple open shots in the first half of the first half, if that makes sense. That doesn't really sound good, but it just started to fall for them. It wasn't that Taylor was playing incredible defense. They just weren't falling for him.
Coach Alford getting pretty emotional on the sidelines about what, I don't know. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and
they got a foul called, and the bench is not happy for the Foresters.
Alford, they're going to call a hold, I believe. Some kind of...
Alford's going to have a conversation with one of the officials.
Yeah, he's kind of looking, he's doing a motion. These are the times I wish we could mic up our coaches, but understand
Probably not a good idea.
Probably not a good idea right now. I think what he was saying was like he kind of like got his shoulder into it. I think it was a desperation shot. There was 1 second left on the shot clock. So I think that he was arguing that was just a desperation shot, and he just kind of had to flail the ball up. We've all been there. You know, look at the replay right here. Ball gets dished out. I think they're going to call Mitchell Wilson for the hold.
Look at Alford and Wyatt Hughes, who's in street clothes tonight. He was like, where?
I think the argument there is that he kind of grabbed him when he was coming out of the spin.
Yeah, I could see that argument. It looked like it. I don't know if you call a foul there, but officials saw something different. He's got a better look at it down there, and they also don't have the benefit of replay all the time, too.
Mark the date, Ryan. Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Carson Watkins agreed with an official on an FDN Sports broadcast.
Jeez.
Doesn't happen often, folks. So.
It won't happen again either.
At 7:23 p.m. Right now, team leaders, Middlesworth with 8, Pena with 5 points, Miranda leading in assist and rebounds with 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Goodline with 2 assists leading, and West with 5 rebounds. Coming back to the court, Forrester's incredibly lucky it wasn't a shooting foul. That would have been... Now that's where I get that brings some clarity. I thought it was a shooting foul. That's what I was confused about.
Gotcha.
But it was not a shooting foul. So the Foresters do give the ball back to the Trojans, but do not give them 3 free throws. So small victories, I believe so. Inside spin cycle here. One official didn't know who it hit off of last. The other official just called it for the Foresters. Looked like it hit off about, I think, all 10 guys, I'm going to be honest. So the Foresters escaped that foul with no points. A very lucky break as Spencer Ballinger comes into the game. Middlesworth's going to pull up from deep here, no good.
Foresters got to keep making these shots here. The Trojans are just 1 for 13 from beyond the arc right now. Foresters have a great advantage to take a big lead, and they're just not doing it right now.
And they get the travel call. Man, the Forester bench is in it tonight, Ryan.
I think they may have persuaded the official to call the travel there and said, if I don't give it to him, I'm going to get screamed at by every single one on this bench.
And probably the announcer's going to run his mouth too. We don't want that. I think he did pick up his foot, though, just for the record. Goodline's going to pull up from deep here.
I think it might have been tipped.
I think so, too.
There's no spin on the ball.
Hubbard goes up here and gets the and one.
If anybody's going to be able to bring them back in this game, it's Hubbard.
Hubbard's going to the line, Ryan. He's an 80% free throw shooter, which is more interesting because in only 15 games, he's taken 94 free throws. So he's a guy who knows how to draw contact, apparently. Good inside pass there.
Looks like they got the swipe on Hummerkaus there.
It appears so. So an 80% free throw shooter. Let's see what he does here. Shot number 95 on the year. He's going to miss it. And the announcer jinx comes in clutch again, Ryan.
80% goes down a little bit less because of you, Carson.
I know. My Twitter account was on the start of the broadcast. If you want to yell at me, contact me there.
Jeez. I'll do it.
At Carson Watkins 1, you're terrible. And a floater there, and just like you said, Ryan, if the Trojans want to get back into this game, it's number 0 that's going to do it. Maybe add a 1 and one more 0 because he's 100%, playing 100% right now. Goodline drives in. Oh my goodness. What a shot right there. 2 guys much taller than right in his way. He didn't care. Coach Alford has just built the culture of this team in the short time he's had here, and you can just tell. I mean, I said it a lot, but these guys have hearts of lions. You know, a lot of guys won't drive into the lane with 2 6 foot plus guys when they're only about 6 foot tall themselves.
Yeah, and to your point, it's a lot of really tough players on this team, especially the freshmen coming in. We saw it from Dyer. We've seen it from Hummerkaus, and especially Mitchell Wilson. Mitchell Wilson isn't the tallest guy in the court by any means, but he's going to take the charge for you. He's going to drive for you. I mean, he was driving on Maxwell at 7 foot against Indiana Wesleyan. He did not care.
Got Taylor bench not happy about the kickball violation. It did hit his shin off the pass, which sometimes that's called, sometimes it's not. It's really up to official discretion. No argument on if it hit his shin or not. That's an undisputable fact, but just I don't think they wanted the call there.
And travel.
Goodline with a travel again.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't
apparently.
lie. I guess that's the ruling. I kind of alluded to it, but yeah, really, sometimes you see a blatant, sometimes guys just throw it off the shin because they need a reset, and sometimes refs like, don't do that. Kickball, very controversial call a lot of times just because of the interpretation. Hubbard takes a spill. Didn't get up there for a half second. I was a little bit worried. I bet, as was Trojan Nation. Gets the shot up, gets it blocked, no good. I couldn't tell if Wilson or Ballinger officially got the block off. Wilson gets fouled. Sold it a little bit, I'll give him that, but
Taylor foul number 0, Jason Hubbard.
Jason Hubbard, his first.
His first, the team's second.
They're gonna sit him down. I'm not sure if that's a rest issue. It's only the team's second foul and his first, so maybe it's a rest issue. Maybe they just want to keep him that safe for this final 3 minutes.
No, I think he's played pretty much the entirety of the first half, so good to get him some rest in there. Just a 5-point game. If they start losing by more, they'll bring him back in.
He accounts for 8 of these 17 points. Pulver almost traveled there, but barely got it up. Wilson takes the drive, jukes out Owen there. Jukes out, I shouldn't say. He crossed him up and left him wide open for an easy layup there. Wilson now accounting for 5 points on the night.
Turnover.
That's something we've seen a lot of, Ryan, is that, and we saw a lot with the Foresters against Indiana Wesleyan. Get a little bit scared. I think I see that. I think the Foresters can smell blood in the water too, and you get those little sloppy turnovers because the Foresters are a 3-point away from the 10-point ball game.
We'll see if we'll get that here.
And it's not like 9 points. It's anything to fret about. Good move there by Peyton West. Really saw that he had. He was too close to the line. Wilson gets it rejected, but what a play he had there.
Pena with a strong statement with that block there. Say, hey, not in this house.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Forge is going to have to draw something up here quickly. Usually what they do is they get the pass over to Goodline or Pulver. Exactly. A good announcer, Jinx. I called the play. Got the Tony Romo experience. Goodline does a little Euro step, floats it up, no good.
Uh-oh.
Collision. Goodline gets up. Now you got an Ethan Froke mop here. Inside, behind the back. Good shot there. 24-19 now.
Taylor, after a slow start, is starting to shoot a little bit more in the paint, getting a couple twos in, and it's proven to work a little bit. They're starting to hit some more shots.
West is going to pull up from deep here, and another nothing but net shot for the Foresters. And those are the shots you need to. The phrase will say the phrase, primetime players make primetime plays, and that was a primetime play right there from Peyton West.
Whoa. Yeah, primetime play right there, Carson. And we're going to get another mop shot from Brent Turner.
Crossroads League Mopper of the Year, still making a statement.
Well, he hasn't won it yet. Look at him.
Look at it, he's so happy.
That was great.
No, I think that we need Brent Turner mic'd up. That's the mic'd up I want to see.
He probably doesn't say anything the whole game.
Entire Taylor bench looking for a call. Not gonna get it. I think they were looking for some kind of push there. Not get, go ahead, my apologies.
Yeah, both teams are looking for fouls here and there, and they're just both really into it right now. It's nothing against the officials. It's just they really want to beat each other, and they're going to look for every little thing.
State.
Both teams, that is.
Highway 9 rivalry, or State Road rivalry. Inside, ooh, West takes a hard spill there. You heard that one from up here. Gets up on his feet, though.
Trojans foul number 15, Caden Furman.
On Caden Furman.
Frelke trying to take that Crossroads League Mopper of the Year away from Brent. It's going to be a battle in between the battle here.
I'm not gonna lie, I went to two Taylor games last year with my boys, and They had some pretty good moppers. They were wearing khakis. I feel like that's where, Frokies in sweatpants. They're not really dressed up for the occasion, Ryan. I don't know. I don't know if style points count for mopper of the year, but that might be.
No, it doesn't. They don't have a best looking player, in the Crossroads League. It's how you play the game.
That'd be an interesting award. I don't know who'd vote on that. Anyways, Trojans down 10 here. Pull-up jumper here from Yoon.
Yoon off of the bench had 25, and he's only averaging about 5 per game, so that was really surprising. And Taylor might be a little bit rusty at shooting the ball today. Their last game was 16 days ago.
Huntington's got to take a full timeout, and we're going to take it with them. 51 seconds left on the clock, up 10. Alfred's trying to get some style points and some momentum going to the half. We'll be right back.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Welcome back inside the forest of Huntington, Indiana. We're at Platt Arena.
Yeah, and the Foresters are shooting a little bit better from our last commercial break, but Taylor not doing any better from beyond the arc, so they've been trying to get a couple more shots inside, more higher percentage shots, and they've done a lot better with that to stick around in the game, but down by 10 right now.
Still only 1 for 6 from deep. 16, my opponent, 1 for 16.
1 for 16.
West tries to shoot here, no good.
Huntington not great either, just 5 for 18 now from West, and up by 10 though.
Nothing to mention, no player in doubles figures right now. Middlesbrough still leading the team with 8 points. Shot here, looks like we're gonna get a jump ball. We're not gonna get it actually. A little tie up there, we was punched away. 17 seconds, that effectively kills the shot clock for the rest of the half.
Ballinger comes in for some defense.
Someone you might need. Ball being kicked around the perimeter. Hubbard has it. Looks like he might take the last shot. 5 seconds. He pulls it up and gets it in.
Got a foul somewhere on Huntington.
It was on Peyton West.
Not sure what the foul was. I didn't see where he was at.
It might have been a clock error. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I heard clock operator, then I heard foul. They're not, no one's at the line. Pulver over to West. Here comes West. He's gonna take a full quarter. Oh, almost got it. Not quite there. So 22-29 going into the half. So we'll be right back here for a halftime report and some words from sideline reporter Jordan Herring. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
Everything has a beginning, a moment where a dream becomes an idea, and an idea a creation. Cutting-edge creators are engaging in the ever-changing medium of digital media. But one thing never changes, and that's story. We are storytellers. Whether it's on set, in the lab, or in the field, we are always looking to understand the heart of society and explore the depths of human nature. The goal is to make captivating, moving narratives that the world will want to view and cherish. But the journey to that goal is vital. Where you learn and how you learn makes all the difference. Every great movie or broadcast has a creative body working behind it, and those artists and technicians had to learn, had to start somewhere. They needed a place to tap into their passions and train in their craft. Digital media is a living, breathing thing, consisting of a network of moving parts. Different skills are necessary for a healthy creative body. Some skills you may not have even heard of yet. And without each of those individual breathing parts, we would look and sound a whole lot like this. We need you. In Huntington University's Digital Media Arts Department, you get your hands on equipment from day one. You don't have to wait a few years to get in the studio or get on a set. In your first year, in your first semester, you'll work in supporting roles on underclassmen projects and even get to develop your own stories. So, you want to operate the Red? We can do that. Want to learn how to use a Cintiq? We got you covered. How about anchoring a live TV studio? Yeah, we got one of those too. You may not have a clear plan in mind, or may not know what your interests are yet, but your years at Huntington are time for self-discovery and to embrace your passions. One thing's for sure, the professors are always a source of encouragement and ongoing advice, who more than anything want to see you succeed and grow in those passions. You may be missing home, but rest assured, you always have a family to turn to in this department. Not only does the program grow your technical and artistic side, but it also pushes you to seek truth and grow in your walk with Christ. The power of story itself derives from Jesus. Our artistic skills and visions can be a most meaningful form of worship. The real world starts before that diploma is handed to you. You have opportunities to build up your demo reels, travel for your craft, and work with clients. We prepare you for a life in LA if you choose, possibly a career at DreamWorks, or maybe you work for a professional sports network. Our students are putting out good work and showcasing it to the world. We attend a number of conferences, festivals, and competitions each year. I'll let our awards speak for themselves. And get this, 93% of our graduates are working or in grad school. So this goes out to all the storytellers, dreamers, and artists out there looking for a place to call home the next 4 years while honing their creative minds and skills. So what do you say? Are you in?
It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my God!
So Powder Puff football is 2 teams divided up by floors, and then they...
I think the first thing I really noticed when I came on my visit is it already felt like home.
You'll become a filmmaker for yourself, your friends, and God.
So you need these people because art doesn't exist in a vacuum.
So I really feel like everybody in the DMA department is kind of a family in the sense that we all work together all the time, and it's just really great.
Once you start to do these projects together, you feel the collaboration that everybody's talking about. And with that comes a bond that turns into almost like a family relationship with each other.
The late nights in the edit suite, the fun times on set, the inside jokes that you can tell other people and make inside jokes with a larger group.
You get a lot of good feedback, you have your creative outlets there, and you have a lot of encouragement and support and just wisdom. As far as your family goes. DMA family for me is an excellent place of growth.
Don't think you're going to become like the next Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan. Why would you want to be too? Like, be your own filmmaker and be who you want to be. With time, you'll become something even better.
In my friend group, it's pretty much solely digital media arts majors because I'm a commuter, so I just sort of see everybody that's in and out of Becker.
But what's surprising to me is that I've actually stuck close to a crowd that's been in like the OT department and also in ministry and Bible and communications.
In my friend group there are animation, video, broadcasting, journalism.
Really, if I look at you and you're nice to me, you're my friend.
My favorite aspect of DMA is all of it. I mean, all of the people are amazing.
Every class in the DMA department has, in some aspect, shaped me to be who I am today. Every professor has poured into me what all of their life teaching, and we've formed such strong relationships, and they're our cheerleaders, our friends. It really just affirms you. So just like going to Chicago to go to like news stations or professional editing houses, casting professional actors out of Chicago.
All of the equipment that we get to use industry grade equipment from day one going into this department.
I honestly don't want to leave HU, and that has to do with the people.
Everyone? That's a wrap.
I've never been asked that question before, to define a woman, but I thought about what I know the Bible says about what a woman is. First of all, we're created. I love that. I also love the way that God uniquely uses women throughout the ages.
My name's Ashley Spirik. I am currently serving as a student body president here at Huntington University. I'm a senior majoring in history, political science, and philosophy. I think inherent in being a woman is a lot of struggle in the workforce, in the education system. By being a woman, you're going to have to face obstacles that men might not face.
They may be underdogs, they may have faults, but they always tend to be redeemed in the story.
Being a female trailblazer is different because there are struggles that are unique to being a woman. But I think anyone can be a trailblazer in their own right. So whether you're male, female, wherever you're from, you can be a trailblazer. But the struggles of women are unique.
And many times at the time, people don't really think of them as trailblazers. Maybe they think of them as lunatics or people that are going off on a different direction. And why do you want to do that when the path is so clear? For Christian believers, whether you're male or female, if God has called you to do something, you just have to go for it.
I think the most practical thing that I've learned throughout my time here at HU in leadership, and this is going to sound ridiculous, is the importance of talking to yourself in the mirror.
I always focused on what was it I wanted to do and what were the obstacles for me to do it. You have to take that step. So just would encourage you with that God will not leave you or forsake you. He will equip you to do what you've been called to do.
And look at yourself straight in the eye and say that I have a purpose here, and I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me today.
It's always been my dream to be a head coach, especially at the college basketball level. And so I always knew I wanted to be at the small school level. And so Huntington, the opportunity opened up kind of as this COVID stuff all started up, and went through the interview process. I was at the University of Nevada before, out in Reno. Knew about the Crossroads League, knew a little bit about Huntington and the area. My family is from Indiana originally. My dad, my grandpa both coached and played in this state. And so it's always been a home away from home for me. And then once the Huntington opportunity presented itself, I knew it was a place that I wanted to be, and I pursued it. And so the interview process went well, and I'm happy to be out here. The legacy of the Platt family, the tradition that they've built here at Huntington, it's amazing. And in the short time I've been here, the support that the local community gives the program, as well as the entire campus as a whole, it's a special place, and I'm looking forward to the future and what we can build here. I think it's going to take time to build to where we want to get to, but the guys that bought in early, we got only one senior on our roster right now. So we have young guys, they're hungry. It's been a weird summer and fall. We didn't get to work with them as early as we had planned to, but they have bought in immediately. We've had a great month and a half of practice. I'm a coach who's very competitive. I value winning, I value hard work. I want us to succeed, and we're in a very tough conference, and so winning's not going to come easy. It's not going to come immediately, but I think it's just about valuing the process. If our guys put in the work every single day, they do the little things that we're preaching as a coaching staff, eventually those results are going to present themselves, and they'll be able to reap the benefits of their hard work. But I'm excited. It's a challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's been a blessing to be in this position, and I've had a lot of fun through the first few months on the job. We're going to play a fun style of basketball. I'm a very analytically minded coach, so we're going to preach smart decision making, good shot selection. We're going to move and share the ball a lot, and we want to play up tempo. I think it's a style of play that's fun to watch from a fan perspective, as well as a fun style to play in as a player's perspective. So I think it's exciting for our team. They're excited to get going, and we're expecting a great year. To live a Christ-like lifestyle, I think at a Christian university, we have a unique opportunity to be able to have Jesus at the forefront of our locker room. And my coaching staff does a great job of providing guidance and opportunities for these young men to open themselves up, to present their problems to us. And I think basketball and sport in general is the best way for young people to learn and kind of come together as a team, problem solve, learn how to play a role, value winning and excellence. All of that kind of plays into it. So I think being a head coach, that's your most important duty. You're taking 18, 19-year-olds, and when they leave you, they're 23, 24 years old, and they're ready to go into the world. And so I think it's your job to be able to build that maturity with them and provide an example that they can use in their life.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside the Forest at Huntington University. A really interesting first half, Ryan. Not a lot of offense that we're used to seeing from both these squads.
Yeah, no, not at all, really. And for Taylor, I mean, 2 for 18 from 3. Not much going on for them right now from beyond the arc. Kind of switched their game plan up a little bit, started to shoot inside a lot more. And they've kind of hang around because of that. I mean, they just weren't getting anything from beyond the arc, and now we're just down by 7 points. We'll see what they come out, see if they're going to keep shooting from outside or if they're going to stick with it.
Yeah, 100%. Jason Hubbard was our player of the game. He's backing it up so far, Ryan. Gotten some good points, not shooting the best so far, but really all around the floor right now. 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 for 9 from the field.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job on both sides of the floor. Got a little bit of a slow start, but then started to pick it up a little bit and shoot more, and it's kind of kept Taylor in a little bit.
Yeah, and that's one thing about the Trojans is that they've become a second-half team so far this year. And score total by half, in the first quarter, they have 565 total points on the year. In the second, that number skyrockets to 631. So they're starting to move a little bit in the second half. The Forces are going to have to watch that, only being up 7.
That's going to lead into our other player that we're watching right now, and that's Peyton West.
Yeah, Peyton West is also having a great game so far. We've mentioned it several times, but as a guard, he's really a great rebounder. Right now, he has 7 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. If we can start racking up these assists, we might be in for that triple-double in that, Ryan.
He's got to get 9 of them. Going to be a tough task, but I think he's just focused on the game right now and doing the best he can to keep the Foresters in the lead and win the big rivalry matchup.
Yeah, and that's a huge rivalry matchup. It's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, they're going to have to watch. I don't know what it is. This Taylor team has performed well in the second half, like I just said. And like you said, they were on, a 16-day break, I believe you said.
Yeah, I think it was 14, actually. I might have messed up on that.
A 2-week break so far, so that obviously had to play into it. And, just not having that game experience, there's only so much practice can do for you when you're not in the atmosphere, on the road, especially in a hostile environment as Platte Arena could be. I think they're lucky the Fear the Forest student section isn't here tonight for a little bit of rousing from the sideline, but nonetheless, this rivalry will persist.
We're going to keep it here because we got about 10 seconds left on that scoreboard. So,
yep, Taylor's still meeting up. Looks like they're going to draw something. Looks like they're going to get the ball first. So they're trying to draw something up and get the momentum.
Yeah, they're going to get the ball first because they let it go in the first half. Hummerkaus with an easy tip win there.
That does bring the arrow to the Force. It's been a relatively clean game so far, Ryan. Only 8 total fouls in the first half, 5 of them coming from the Foresters. The Foresters really fortunate to stay out of the bonus there. And we're getting started here. Miranda's going to take the ball and dish it over to Baher. Hubbard's going to take it all the way across court to Miranda. Hubbard pulls up and airmails it.
Continues the trend from the first half for the Trojans. They'll get a foul for 3 shots here.
Huntington foul
On Peyton West, his second of the game.
His second, the team's first.
Bad start right there, only 30 seconds in. Get your first one. The first missed free throw. Forester fans like it. Look at the replay here. Kind of curious to see this.
Must have got him on the little swipe that he had. He didn't agree with it either.
2 missed shots there. The other thing, even if he was fouled, he looked pretty grounded when the contact may or may not have taken place. So
he definitely sold it for sure if there was no contact, but we didn't see the front side, so he might have swiped at the hand or something and dismantled the shot a little bit.
Only went 1 for 3 there. Huge missed opportunity, unfortunately.
Just 50% on the season.
Middlesworth's going to go deep and sink it early. Pull up from Hubbard here.
Wow.
Gets the lucky bounce from the front of the iron.
Instead of taking that 3, he wanted to challenge Caleb Middlesworth, one of the biggest, strongest guys on Huntington's team, and in his face, got a jumper to go.
Hummerkaus rocking the blue and red sneakers. Don't really see a lot of 2-colored sneakers.
Except for Goodline. He's got the yellow and blue ones. Highlighter green.
And then Middlesworth gets the shove and ends up on the ground, and then a foul called. That was an easy call, but interesting that West was on the ground on the other side. No call, runs across and then calls that. Not saying I disagree, that was 100% a foul.
Middlesworth got a little lucky there that Hubbard didn't make the shot. He was about ready to slam it home and get an and 1 coming up.
Yeah. Like we said, this is shot 96 on the season. That one's good. Might bring him back up to an 80% shooter. Look at the replay here. Goes up with it. Yeah, he definitely hit him on the arm. And look at Peyton West. You see him right there kind of talking to the official. You know, I was on the ground on the other side. You're not going to call that, but you're going to call a little pinky tap. 2 for 2 right there. Overall, great officiated game so far. I gotta admit, this is I know.
It's a bold statement by Carson Watkins.
Not one you'll hear a lot. Middlesworth's gonna go in for the bank shot.
Little nice lay-in for Middlesworth, one of the easier shots he'll get all season.
West playing, gotta be incredibly careful here with a foul already. Foresters with 2. Hubbard gets that one. It's going to be, and it was tipped off, so they do not get the backcourt violation. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, though. Hubbard's going to go up with the slam dunk.
Wow, that was
effortless for one.
We put a lot into that one. I feel bad for the rim.
Good thing the backboard didn't shatter. Hummerkaus going to get in here, gets the unlucky bounce.
Wow, what a nice move by Miranda.
Miranda really made a good line. Good shot there, no good. Smart shot to take considering the time they had left on the shot clock. Nonetheless, as Hummerkaus going to pull up here, sneaks through, gets it in, and that's an easy floater there for Hummerkaus.
It's a good way for the Foresters to rebound there after a huge slam by Hubbard. Really active on the next offensive possession, and Foresters kind of shut both of those down and scored another.
Long distance three here, and that one sinks. Taylor Bench loving it. That was from CJ Pena. Like we said, the State Road 9 rivalry. If the Trojans don't score another point the entire night, in a travel call, Taylor Bench was yelling it as the call was being made.
Alford didn't agree. Looked like he might have wanted a swipe or something in there.
I think I saw a push personally. I think Goodline was running and was pushed, and then lost his balance. Had to pick up his dribble, or else he was gonna end up with a face full of ball or a stomach full of ball. Neither a suitable option, if you ask me. Yeah, I will have to agree with Alford on that one. I guess I kind of agree with both sides. There certainly was a travel, but you know, a forced travel shouldn't count. Pull-up jumper here, and that one sinks. We got a 1-point ball game, Ryan.
That's what we were talking about in the first half, Carson. As soon as Alford's going to take a timeout here, Peyton West saying a little words to Miranda there, and here comes a rivalry. Official telling West to calm it down a little bit. And the fans are starting to get into it too.
Yeah, 100%. I'm surprised West didn't get a technical. And I think they both probably got a technical. I don't know if you saw or not. It's a full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. We got to discuss that sequence, Ryan.
Yeah, officials were not happy with West there, saying a couple words. Wasn't happy with Miranda for bumping into him. I think
that's the thing. You could tell Alford. You said it. Alford's calling the timeout. West looks like he's giving himself up. He gets across the lines, then call a timeout, and then Hubbard bumps into him. Or my apologies, it wasn't Hubbard. Miranda bumped into him. I don't know if we had another. I don't know if everyone saw it on that view, and so the timeout was already called. And then I think Peyton West is obviously still incredibly. I don't know if it's in his head or not. But if I was Peyton West, thinking about when I was on the ground and they didn't say anything, and then when Hubbard goes out for a dunk and gets hit with a dunk, my apologies, and gets hit with Middlesworth's pinky, and you call that has to stick with you.
Yeah, he could have been frustrated about that for sure, but I think in West's head he was just saying, okay, we're going to get a replay going. This is a great shot by our camera crew. Seeing a little bit of action there, and then the ref bumps into West. Not really liking that there. I don't like the contact with the officials and players either way, but you get West is bumping chest with two guys, a player and an official. I think in West's head, though, he might have been a little frustrated about that, but in his head he was thinking, okay, we're going to call timeout. I'm going to go to the side. What Miranda was thinking is, hey, he's going to try to, come in here and West was coming in thinking, okay, we're going to take a timeout. And then Miranda was thinking, well, they're going to try to take a timeout. Let me try to take a turnover here. Yeah. West took exception to it, and so did Miranda.
I think I'm surprised the technical wasn't issued there. There certainly was a warning at this point. I think there was a zero tolerance policy from here on out. But that's what you love about rivalry games, Ryan.
Get excited. It's going to be fun.
We got a 1-point game as Goodline drives in here. And another travel. That's like Goodline's 5th on the night, I think. I haven't counted.
Yeah,
but
very uncharacteristic of him right now. But I think both teams are a little discombobulated right now, trying to, ease out the rivalry out of them. But maybe the energy's just getting to them.
And that's the thing. We've seen this. Even with the empty gym, the long three here. And that one sinks. Trojans in the lead.
And we're going to get a possible flop on Miranda.
Yeah, 100%.
And he didn't touch him there. I think he might be trying to add a little bit to the rivalry here. And here comes the Taylor bench. They're getting excited.
Chirpy.
This is going to be fun. Buckle up, folks.
That was the other thing, Ryan. Even with the limited amount of, we talked to Coach Alford, and he said, here comes Peyton West, gets the ball taken away, and that's a turnover for the Trojans. Gets it up. Hubbard's probably. I thought if he caught that one, he's going for the slam. And a foul on the floor on Hummerkaus, and now Hummerkaus frustrated.
Just want to take note that Goodline and Miranda were guarding each other on this side of the floor, but when the Foresters are on offense, Peyton West and Miranda are right at each other, and that's how they got the steal.
Yeah,
matchup we'll have to keep an eye out for.
Mitchell gets bodied there, and now it's a 4-point game. Forrester's really going to have to focus. I think the Forrester bench needs to get up because this Trojan bench is in it right now,
Well,
Ryan.
this is where the Forresters need to be smart. You can't let the rivalry energize you in a negative way. You can't get fouls called, and you can't get too frustrated, but you got to give it back to them without fouling.
100%. Good line. He's going to get the arm there, and now that's the Trojans' first foul. Really quiets down the bench, though. You know, that we talked to Alford, and he said, you know, out of everything that's been great this year, great record, sitting at 11-5, 4-4 in the Crossroads League. Don't exactly want that. You want to start getting a couple more games up there. But, you know, 7-2 at home. But the problem is limited capacity crowds with that 7-2. But the energy in the stadium has still been electric. Pulver with a little turnaround move here, picks it up. Goodline has it, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here comes Pulver, no fear, and gets 2 right there, and the Forrester bench is up. 2-point game here. Forrester is going to need an epic stop.
Peyton West trying to be frustrating on defense here, showing out his aggression, being a little bit pesky towards the Taylor Trojans without fouling. Good job there, and I saw Pulver, he didn't go in with so much aggression. That's a great job by the Forrester.
Missed shot. Goodline going to charge up the court, looking for the tie right away. Mitchell Wilson thought about just taking the lead, decided not to.
I think Goodline wanted him to take it there.
I think Goodline wanted to take it too, but Goodline's going to go for the lead himself and misses it. Pulver with the rebound, gets it over the back. Hold? I don't know. Something happened. Middlesworth was fouled, waiting for the call.
All I know is on 31, James McLeod.
It was on McLeod. No official call. Yeah, definite wraparound right there. Oh, he did not let go of him.
See, that's what I was saying before. Both teams have to play smart when they're in the heat of the battle. They're getting really frustrated.
Wes is going to try to avenge himself, and he does! Gets the 3 right there and takes the lead. He avenged that foul call, and if you're going to avenge the foul call, that's how you do it. I love these two teams. This is what you love about the State 9. Every sport ends up like this. Soccer, basketball, baseball, you know that, Ryan. It always ends up like this. West again! Ice in his veins! Look at Peyton West right here. He said, yep, I did that. Yes, he did. Love to see it.
Boy, Peyton West is
a monster.
Big time. You do not want to tick him off. That's all I can say.
That's a 30-second Taylor. They need to calm this Forrester. They need to calm Platte Arena down. That's what they needed. That takes them to 4 timeouts each. But yeah, that was a smart timeout to take. They're not even drawing anything up. Look at Peyton West. He takes the dish off, grabs it one-handed.
There's no way he's not going to take this shot.
And look at it, he steps back. He kind of hit that like Michael Jordan, like, yeah, it's going in. I'm just going to get back on defense.
No, he hit it like Peyton West.
Thank you. Now we're really talking the greatest of all time.
Now, I think Alford in the last timeout, when things start to get a little chippy, he was saying, hey, be smart. We can't, even if they get a couple buckets here and there, a couple steals, we have to be smart. We can't be calling fouls. And you saw that with Taylor. You saw the hold. You saw a little bit of aggression. They got a foul called in there, and the Forresters went on a run. Peyton West was given the opportunity to bring the Forresters back up by 4, and he took it.
That brings West to 13 points. A little bit like Hubbard's going to get the energy back up with another slam there. A little bit of confusion. I think Alford was yelling at the sound guy, like, hey, there's music still playing. We don't want that. Which I was confused too. West has this pass here. And Humberkaus answers! Anything you can do, I can do better!
Back-to-back slams on these possessions. This is going to be a fun one.
Ari Butler's like, I don't want any part of this. She's going to run on the other side.
She wants to look at the action that she got on the camera.
And a three-pointer right there.
This is just back-to-back-to-back.
Humberkaus just got the ball there in a hurry. I blinked. I was looking at you to talk to you. Yeah, shout out to Abby Robinson, but here comes Humberkaus with another three-pointer! This is what you live to see. This is Indiana Crossroads League basketball, Ryan. Inside pass, Hubbard's gonna try to answer, and he airmails it. Forrester's in his head. Okay, Carson, calm down.
Jeez,
Gotta, ooh.
Oh, it's hard to calm down when you've got two teams that you know are going to get chippy at some point throughout the game.
It's already happened.
It was a little bit of a slow pace at the beginning of the game, not a lot of shots falling through, but once the shots start to fall and one little thing happens. So when Peyton West was going in the timeout and he got a bump with Miranda, that's where it all started, and both teams were energized from that point forward.
Yeah.
Who knows who's going to win this game, because the momentum is just shifting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh my
quickly.
goodness. I wish fans were here right now. I wish the Forrester students were here right now. This game had to be right before, but who knows. As Goodline gets the bounce and kind of
looking for a foul.
I thought he was kind of hitting like the Michael Jordan shrug.
No, he's looking for a foul. Michael Jordan is not here.
Sorry, number 23 is on the court right now. We got a number 23. That's something. Here comes Goodline. They're trying to put some. As Pulver's going to take this one, he's going to drive in, gets it up, and gets the unlucky roll.
Oh, the bench was ready to explode on that one.
I thought he was going to slam. Oh, Wilson almost got it. They're going to pull up here. No good. Number 23 there, Miranda. See, I knew there was 23. I called it.
There you go.
Here comes Pulver. Gets it in the air. One. Look at Hank Pulver go. Ryan, I know you hear me say it all the time, but this is what makes Indiana basketball so special. And another timeout. They're going to ice Hank Pulver. Try to.
They're going to ice him with 11 minutes to go.
Okay.
Good one.
You know what I mean. Look at this replay
I think
here.
they need to slow momentum down.
Pulver gets in here. Got the contact.
Don't think Miranda agreed. I didn't see there, but another great shot by our camera crew. They're doing a great job at picking out the right players at the right time.
Looking at right here, Hummerkaus got the dunk on. He almost hit the end line, just goes up with it. One-handed slam.
Both teams aren't really talking smack to each other either,
anymore.
And that's good to see. You know, they have their aggression. They play it on the court. Let's not talk. Let's not, you know, let's play a good game here. Let's compete and have fun.
Well, here's the thing, Ryan. When that fight happened, it was a 1-point game. It's an 8-point game now. I think that's what Taylor's trying to do. Mitchell Wilson right there. Got to roll the sleeves up, Ryan. You're getting pretty toasty in here.
It was getting heated a while ago.
Look at Hubbard. I think the emotion's still there. I just think both coaches said, hey, a technical, I mean, let's be realistic here. The way this game is going, a technical shot could win it.
Kind of a weird stoppage of play when both teams are just going at it, and then
and especially
silence.
now they took a full timeout there. And when you're down 8 in a really competitive game, is that really a timeout you want to take when you only have 3 left? It could come back to bite them. We don't know. Pulver's first one up and no good.
You got to slow the momentum down at some point, and Foresters were going on a huge break, and I think it was a good timeout.
As Goodline gets the tip there, sends it back court. Forrester's doing a great job on defense, making them have to reset and sending it over the back court. Pena has this one, drives in, gets an unlucky. It's white ball. Pulver was calling. I thought he hit it last, honestly. I must have just tapped off someone. Pulver had the fullest possession of it, but it must have just hit somebody.
Oddly enough, the game is now started to get a little bit slower. Sure, will pick back up at some point.
As Goodline's trying to put a dagger in the heart, can't quite get there. No good on that shot. I mean, this Taylor team, they under no circumstances. Oh, unlucky break there for Pulver. I could say an unlucky break, but
it was a really good defensive play.
It was a good defensive play.
Pena gets the ball there. He knows what he's going to make a bucket right there.
And now it gets interesting. Hubbard and West back in the game. West had some time to cool off, but still. But I think the only unfortunate part there for Hank Pulver was the official. He kind of landed. You saw he had his eyes directed towards the ball, and then he saw the official. He's like, well, I'm not going to dive into the official.
Taylor got to find a bucket somehow, some way to make sure the Foresters don't run away with this.
Pena faked out Hummerkaus there. 7 seconds left on the shot. Pena's just going to pull up with it. No good. West, the ball's just kind of trapped out there. West got a tip on it. Resets the shot clock because it hit the... Taylor's coach getting fired up, looking for a call, I think, on Peyton West. Inside. I think Peyton West was in the lane for a while. I don't know. Once again, I don't know what these coaches are saying. I wish I did half the time. Middlesworth trying to hit a dagger too, no good. I guess not a dagger, I should stop saying that. And a foul called?
We're gonna get a foul on Goodline.
Yep. So the Trojans. Hubbard's going to try a three-pointer here, get some momentum back, no good. And I don't even think that the fact that Miranda was kind of getting on Peyton West, not the smartest move right now. I think they're probably both playing with house money right now. Really just, I think any slip-up at this point might result in a technical, if not being thrown out of the game after that first incident.
I don't think they get thrown out unless something really bad would happen. It takes a lot to kick somebody out of a basketball game.
Not like baseball, you can just be thrown out for about anything. West goes up with this one, no good. Gets tripped up. I think he was looking for the call. I didn't see anything that
I think everybody's looking for a bunch of calls.
And Hubbard gets bodied there by Hummerkaus.
Hubbard looking for the call too. We're going to get
a charge call
on Miranda. No, it's blocking foul.
Blocking foul, Maya. Yep. Thank you.
Taylor foul number 23, Vincent Miranda.
Full media, I believe. We'll keep it here. Right here. Yeah, Goodline. He was right there. I mean, it wasn't really Goodline's fault.
Yeah, bench was looking for a charge.
Yeah, I think they were looking for the charge there, obviously. And right when he kind of did the, I don't know what the.
Yep, blocking foul.
Yeah. Oh. So, offense slowing down here, Ryan. But I think the problem was during that little stretch right there, right before I'll say scuffle. I don't want to call it a fight. It was a scuffle.
Yeah, a little incident.
Yeah, little incident. We'll call it that. Taylor was energized. Every little, every rebound was a game winner, buzzer beater. Every foul call was incredible. Everything, every little thing was something incredible. So now really looking at it, I think you said that they're going to need points anyway, anyhow. And you're right, not only because they need to get back in this game, but number two, the fact that they need to.
That's a great shot of Ben Turner.
I'm trying to be poetic here, talking about the game. We just get a shot of. Oh, jeez. Forrest is coming back.
That was really distracting.
I was trying to make a point. I forgot it. Oh, jeez.
That was funny. We were talking about Taylor.
Momentum.
Taylor's got to get a shot some way, somehow here. And they had a lot of open looks down low and from three, and they just haven't been able to capitalize on those. And that's kind of slowed down the momentum of the game.
And I think the Foresters, even like they called that timeout to slow down the momentum when Pulver, as Goodline's going to go up, no good. But when Pulver hit that two and got the in one, the bench was up. They called the timeout. Pulver was getting fist bumped and chest pumped and punched in the arm by about everybody within a 10-mile radius. And then they called the timeout, and it really just sucked all the air out of the place, and it sucked the air out of their offense, apparently.
Again, another miss. Wilson's wide open.
Was wide open. Tried to go for the classic
chase down block.
Yeah. I was gonna call it the LeBron James Game 7 block, but I was told we're not allowed to reference NBA players anymore. So 10-point ball game here. This offensive possession could beat everything for Taylor. Ball being kicked around. Good line with an attempted right there. West contested, no good. Hubbard struggled with it. Millsworth got a finger on it, but couldn't officially come down with it. Pena has it. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. And a missed dribble there. Wilson's going to get a pass in here, gets it up and gets the easy bank shot. And things aren't looking pretty for the Trojans right now, Ryan.
They got to find something here. That's all there is to it.
I mean, a layup would be huge right now.
Any shot would be really good.
And a blocking foul on Wilson.
I got to give it to the officials. They're staying consistent with the calls here, calling it both ways. Both teams, I think, could say that the officials aren't great today. I don't think that's true. I think the emotions are getting the best of them, and they're just competing hard. And
I think the one call I would ever complain about this game was the foul on Peyton West over there that led to the scuffle. I think that's the only thing. I mean, one call in a game like this.
Right.
I mean, props to these officials. If you have a problem like that, like you said, just tweet at me. Right. Three-pointer going to be attempted here. No good. I know we talked about if that timeout was effective. I just don't think it was. It really just sucked the air out of this building.
Yeah, it did, but the Foresters were gaining momentum, so just stopping that is very important, I think.
Pulver inside here, gets blocked. He's going to grab the rebound. Who was it out on? They're going to give it to Huntington. Yeah, you are right. It really was a double-edged sword right there. Okay, so if I take the timeout here, we have to meet up, and they're going to go celebrate, and then they have to calm down, and the fans calm down, check the phone, whatever.
Right.
But if we keep it up, the energy in this building could charge your cell phone. Good line coming back in. Wilson was pretty upset that he had to take a seat.
He's a very strong competitor, and just as a freshman, that's going to grow for years to come. I'm really excited to see what Mitchell Wilson can do for the rest of his career.
And that's the thing about this Forester team. Kickball here, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Didn't even notice that, honestly. But that's the thing. This Forester team, I believe one senior, if not two. Tim Abel's the senior, I can think of something.
Wyatt Hughes as a senior as well.
Thank you. So 2 seniors, both of them kind of off-the-bench players, but the majority of the starting lineup is incredibly young. So Wilson's probably got to wait his turn to get to that starting 5, but when he is, I think the foundation is set.
And he could earn that, too.
It's going to be hard to take it away from Peyton West as he's going to go for a three-pointer here and sinks it! And here comes the energy. It's a 15-point game now with 5:55 remaining. 15-point game, 5:55. That rolled off the tongue really well. Gonna call Peyton West for the chop.
The Forester chop.
Chop wood, baby. Three-pointer here. That one sings! Trojans have life again. They're going to take another timeout. Interesting strategy. Another timeout here.
Carson, they finally hit a shot there. The game was getting a little bit away from them. They needed something. That's going to help propel them. They're not really a 12-point game. I mean, it is a 12-point game, but the way it's been played, they're going to bring it back in, and I think we're going to have a close one till the end.
Yeah, that's what it appears. And looking right here, we want to give a quick shout-out to Salsa Grill for supporting H2 Athletics. Ryan, we still need to go get taco bowls. I got to stop reminding you. We got to talk about this off the broadcast. I feel like that's a problem. But, yeah, Salsa Grill.
Anytime we bring up an advertisement, you always want to take me there. Come on, man.
Well, you're not a native of the area, Ryan. I have to get you introduced to the culture in your third year here at HU. But
sure.
we want to thank them for supporting Huntington Athletics. Also supporting Huntington Athletics, we'd like to read an ad real quick from the HU Athletic Club fans, as I said before, we miss you in the bleachers and the stands, but you still play a huge part in the Forester athletic story. We need your cheers and we need your support. If playing a sport matter to you in your life, consider becoming a member of the Forester Athletic Club. You can support sports in general or a specific sport that had meaning to you in your life. Are you a big basketball fan? Are you really enjoying this broadcast? Consider donating. You can visit huathletics.com for more information. Yeah, nights like these are where you really miss the large fan base, Ryan. You know, if Platt Arena was full right now, that scuffle might have gone a lot worse.
Could have been. I mean,
the chirping would be.
Yeah, I could see that. Fans bring so much energy. It creates a really nice atmosphere throughout the whole game.
Yeah,
and we definitely missed that.
Yeah, and that was even something I talked to Hank Pulver about, because I was kind of curious. I know as an announcer it's had a little bit of effect on me, both positive and negative, as Peyton West tries to save that off of an awkward pass. Kind of dove into the scorer's table.
And there you go. Some great sportsmanship there by the Trojans. See, they're just competing out here. And of course, Peyton West was public enemy #1 for a little bit there, but both teams showing respect for each other. We love to see that.
Peyton West just has a lot of swagger. He got a technical last year because he got bumped into it, just because, I mean, he was so energized. And the crowd was, but yeah, kind of like what I said, you know, as an announcer, sometimes I had to, you know, fight against the crowd's energy if I could. Foul called here. And I think
they're going to get it out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Thank you.
Yep.
But regardless, I talked to Hank Pulver about it, and I said, you know, what is it like playing without fans in the crowd? That was it during the December stretch where there wasn't, outside of the benches and a couple game day workers, there wasn't anybody here. And he said, you know, you really got used to it with the 45 people crowd. Because when the 45 people crowd went away, it really didn't make that much of a difference, he said. So, you know, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, knock on wood, superstition, whatever superstition you want to bring up, that come this time next year, we'll have a full Platt Arena. Goodline sinks a 2 right there.
That's a pretty shot from Zach Goodline. Right over 6'7" Pena.
Baher takes this one. He's going to go inside. Gets it in. 1.
Number 2, Zach Bauer with the basket.
And now it just got interesting, Ryan. That foul puts the Trojans in the bonus.
Huntington foul on number 2, Peyton West.
That's Peyton West force, so that might be the last we're going to see of the game.
Oh, I don't think you could put him out for the rest of the game. You'll see him probably about minute and a half left or 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, try to contest that shot. He looked a little confused. He definitely got his bicep. That's kind of a hotly debated topic in the basketball world, is, you know, if you draw the contact, you still deserve the foul. At least I've heard that conversation before. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but it really is an interesting conversation to have. And a jump ball called. Will stay Forester ball, but that's a smart move by the Trojans there. Just call the jump ball, and now you get the possession arrow back on your side. You know, losing Peyton West was huge at this point. 16 points on the night. Here comes Hubbard, bring it up against Goodline. He's going to bank it off, and the Trojans not gone yet. 53-62, and with this full court press, I was really waiting for a slam there, Ryan. I'm not going to lie. I'm slightly disappointed. Not entirely, but I would have really liked the slam there.
Well, if anybody's going to bring him back to it, it's going to be Hubbard.
And, you know, he took a break there in the third quarter. That's when things really kind of got out of hand. Goodline takes the pick and gets double teamed immediately. In the middle's worse, sends it up, gets the unlucky bank shot, fight for it, and an over-the-back foul.
It's where the Trojans need to take advantage here. If they want to come back and win this game, it's going to happen right here.
And that's exactly, I guess I was wrong. Peyton West comes back almost immediately.
Yeah, you wanted him off for the rest of the game. Like, hey, he's only got 4 fouls, man.
I thought 5 took you out. I'm sorry, that was my bad.
No, 5 does take you out, but
okay.
they were just setting him so he doesn't get taken out in crucial minutes.
That was about, what, a 30-second break? Enough time to go grab a drink of water. These 1-and-1s are going to start becoming deadly.
75% on the year.
This is the team that shoots incredibly well. That was an easy over the back. He kind of did draw contact with Middlesworth. I'm surprised that wasn't called. Nonetheless, second one up and gets the lucky bounce.
That was a weird spin that he had on that ball, but it allowed him to make it.
So right now, Trojans have the bonus to work with, and it's going to be huge for them.
They're going to get foul.
Oh, Hubbard's down.
Gets right back up. He's feeling it. Maybe not in the right spot for him.
As my dear friend Abdul Kamara once said during a soccer broadcast, he got a hit. I don't know what he meant, but I thought it worked.
I could see him saying that.
Goodline drives into the lane here, and a foul called. I thought they were going to hit him with a travel there. West looks in disbelief of something. Of what, I don't know.
Looks like they're going to get it on the floor before the shot.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're a genius, Ryan. I really appreciate
That's
you.
what I'm here for.
It's kind of like a Batman and Robin situation when I don't know what foul is called. You're right there to help me. So right now, like I said, the Trojans have that bonus to work with. Every foul by the Foresters will be punished. But the Foresters have the 7-point lead and the clock. Tipped away by Goodline.
Great
He saved it. Amazing save. Pulver's going to take this for 3 seconds. He did the back foot and nothing but the nylon.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow. The save by Goodline to get it to Pulver. Shot it about 100 feet in the air on the jump shot and gets it to go through.
A long pass cross court to Bayer. He hits out the front of the net.
That shot was really contested there from Mitchell Wilson. Not sure why he decided to take that shot, but.
And EC coach Alford kind of put the hand up, say, hey, slow down. As a timeout.
This is a 30-second.
I want to take a quick moment to also remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by Huntington University. The next steps in Huntington's future began as a dream. It was a vision of a people who believed in the mission of Huntington University and have a passion for success. With so many dreaming together, the future is now here. It's time to take this vision public and step forward in faith. This $40 million comprehensive campaign will take us to the next level as an institution, impacting the lives of Foresters today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Are you ready to step forward? If so, visit huntington.edu/stepforward. Now we want to thank everyone who contributed to that. We had lunch in the hub today for the first time in, about a year and a half, Ryan, and it's beautiful in there. A whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Lots of moved around, more space for gatherings, which is incredibly crucial this year.
And they got a fireplace.
And a fireplace, too, for those cold winter months that we're going to... It's been a pretty mild winter here in Indiana, but, you know, it was...
Freezing up a little bit lately. I'm not liking it.
Michigan... That's your headline for tomorrow, folks. Michigan man does not like snow.
Oh, no, I can't stand it.
Middlesbrough with a spin cycle and gets 2.
I like that, though.
Well, if you're a little cold outside, this Forester offense will heat you up. Good line. They got to get across court in 4 seconds here. Might not happen. Hubbard
just lost the ball.
He's out of bounds.
And then he hit out of bounds. Very unfortunate break for Taylor right there. And Hubbard got the steal off of Goodline. Being a little careless with the basketball. Lost it.
A discussion. I guess I thought we're getting a discussion, but we're not. I think they were just kind of letting them know.
Look at Gabe Freeman back there grinning at the game. Liking Ethan Frelke's work.
I mean, I bet every member of Forester Nation is loving this. I mean, whenever you beat that team down south, you got to feel good. Inside the Pulver. Pulver gets the bank shot.
Trojans got to do something really special here to come back and tie this up before the game ends.
I think a part of that would be Foresters getting 0 points. 3-pointer right here, no good. Goodline gets the rebound? Yeah, I don't know really what happened there, I'm going to be honest. Looked like there was a little bit of collision. No fouls officially going to be called in the timeout there for the Trojans. I believe it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:47 remaining, HU up 13. Can the Trojans pull off a miracle? We're back here on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back to the Forest. So I think you said it, Ryan. They're going to need a miracle and a little bit more. But I mean, that bonus is huge. But but they only have 1 foul to give themselves. So if they miss the shot and they start intentionally fouling here with 1:47 left, that sends the Foresters to the line. So they don't have that leeway there. With only 8 fouls in the first half, I'm surprised. I think the tension that got pushed there. Wilson sends it cross court. Save. 3-pointer going to be taken up. Here it is. Sinks. Trojans might have a chance, Ryan.
Bang, bang, bang. And the Trojans get a 3 right there off of the turnover. Doing a good job getting pressure here.
Way cross court to Middlesworth. Thought he was going to drive in. Looks like they're just going to let it play out a little bit.
Yeah, smart move by Middlesworth there to just hold it and make sure they're getting time off the clock and get a couple points from the charity stripe.
Yeah, getting Mitchell Wilson kind of getting a talking to right now. He was a little bit sporadic there in the corner, which I can't say I wouldn't be the same way if I was double teamed by 2 6'5" guys right in my face.
Yeah,
but
I think it was more so let's not get trapped in the corner out of bounds here. You could step out of bounds or just turn it over, and you put yourself in a really bad position.
Peyton West is at the line for the 1-and-1. First one up and good.
West adding to that point total. He's got 17 now.
West's second one up and good. So now Forrester in the bonus, no fouls to give in a 12-point game. I've seen crazier things happen. We'll see what happens as Hubbard's trying to make a push here. Sold that one. I think there might have been a little bit of contact. 2 shots at the line. And that was Peyton West 5th. The dreaded 5th foul. Gets this one. He drives in. Yep.
It's a little swipe.
Yeah, he got a lot of, I thought he sold it, but that was definitely, he sold it, but he was contacted. So that takes West out of the game, which is huge. First one up and airmails it. Pulver thought it was the 1-and-1, but it was a shooting foul. You can see the look on his face. You can't. I can. The look on his face. He was kind of like.
Oops.
He was excited. He was excited. He was like, "No one's going for it. I'm gonna give it credit with a rebound here." Second one up and good. So that one sinks.
Trojans come away with 1 point instead of 2. Important for the Foresters.
And a turnover here. Hubbard sends it in. Oh boy. 9-point game here. 1:06 remaining.
Foresters got to do a better job at getting this ball out of here. Trojans looking for a 5-second violation.
Foul called there. Huge foul call. I thought they were going to get it too.
Foresters are very lucky that they didn't get a 5-second violation or the 10-second violation coming up. Trojans, I don't think they wanted the foul there, but they kind of accidentally did going for the ball.
There was about 3 different fouls I counted on that play.
Yeah. Foresters very fortunate to get out of that one with just free throws.
Pulver gets the first one up and good. 10-point ball game yet again. These offenses, my apologies, go ahead.
No, if you're going to foul anybody, it's going to be Hank Pulver. He's 65% on the year, but makes the first one and makes the second one.
Middlesworth dives on the ground, gets it up to Hummerkaus.
And we got a timeout. Yep.
Timeout from Coach Alford. I don't know. I kind of was like, wait, what? Was there a foul on who? Well, I was real confused there. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. So, Ryan, you and I are huge college basketball fans, of course.
A little bit. And?
I'm trying to phrase the question. One second. I'm sorry.
That was it?
Me and Ryan like college basketball. Thank you and good night. What is the best course of action for the Trojans here?
Jeez, they just got to do what they kind of were doing. They were causing pressure, and they got to get a lot of turnovers here, and they really can't afford to give the Foresters the ball back with no points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they can really do. I mean, they're down by 11 with under a minute to go. You know, you got to get 11 points in 51.7 seconds. It's not impossible, but they really have to. It's too little, too late almost at this point. Not saying it's impossible to not come back, but at this point, it's too little, too late.
I know there's a lot of basketball fans, and I'll be one of myself included. I'll say it. I've said it about 10 times in broadcast. I'll probably say it 100 more. Texas A&M versus University of Northern Iowa.
All the references today.
Oh, we got basketball. We got football. You get everything here in FDN
You even
Sports.
threw in Connor Cook in there, who nobody listening to this probably knows.
Your dad.
Yeah, my dad definitely knows who he is.
Probably my dad, too. All right, so Pulver's going to get the inbound here. Mitchell Wilson. He's going to go back to the corner and gets it away to Goodline. Goodline got to watch for the foul here. They're going to foul in the back court. And they're going to foul Pulver. That's what you said. If you're going to foul anybody, you're going to foul.
Yeah, I think that was the strategy by the coach from coach here from Taylor. Josh Andrews was, don't foul him if you're in the back court here, but Hank Pulver gets the ball, we'll foul him. Now he's hit a couple here tonight, so we'll see how that progresses.
Coach Alford really giving some instruction here. First one up and no good, just what you said. Definitely did his homework on the scouting report. Driving here, gets it up, and that one sinks. 41 seconds to go. Wilson just kind of split everybody in a late foul there. Wilson, a 82% free throw shooter.
McLeod thought he fouled somebody there. That's kind of a reverse ideology from the entire game. You're looking and saying, what? How could you call that a foul? And now you're like, how could you not call that a foul on me?
First one up and good. Making it a 10-point game yet again. Foresters now in the double bonus. Second one up and good. 74-63, 38 seconds to go. Gets it in here, spreads it across, going to attempt a three here, no good. Gets this one up again, another three, another missed shot. Middlesworth gets tangled up there.
That's probably going to do it.
Yep, shot clock is dead. They're going to dribble it up. They can get it across court, and there it is. They're not even going to foul him. Hank Pulver, wow.
Very hard-fought victory for the Foresters tonight. Taylor really took it to him all game long. Not an easy team to beat, especially your rival, and Foresters got the better of the rivalry tonight.
100%. And that was one thing. The offense has really stalled out in the first half. It felt like only 22-29 when we exited the half. And then 41-45 points. Foresters did outscore only by 4 points, but that deficit at the half was just too much to overcome. We'll have more statistics and whatnot in the post-game show. Foresters coming with this one. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
This is how we like to do it.
First Federal Savings Bank is a proud supporter of Huntington University athletics. For over 100 years, First Federal has served Huntington and the surrounding communities. Just as in athletics, the bank works hard and strives to be the best. This past year, First Federal received the Reader's Choice Award as the best bank in Northeast Indiana. In addition, First Federal is a 5-star rated bank and was recognized as one of the top 200 community banks in the nation. First Federal Savings Bank would like to wish the athletes and coaches the best of luck. Huntington University and First Federal Savings Bank, now that's a winning team. Go Foresters.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Welcome back inside Platt Arena. I'm Carson Watkins, joined by Ryan Walker, and we have Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the forest of Huntington University. I'm Carson Watkins, joined by my partner Ryan Walker, and what a game we experienced tonight. We had everything. We had great offense. We had great defense. We had chippiness. And that was and we saw that really the tale of two halves. That first half, we ended it at 22-29. Then we came back into the second half, and the offenses just got moving. 41 points for the Trojans and 45 for the Foresters. And obviously that 7-point deficit was huge going out of the half.
Yeah, and that's going to lead us to our player of the game, and of course it's going to be Peyton West. He really balled out today. I mean, after the little chest bump that he had with Miranda earlier in the game, he hit 4 threes in a row, and I mean, he just, like you said ice in his veins. Yep, he definitely had ice in his veins, hitting a couple shots here and there, and I mean, every time he was feeling it.
I think that chest bump, I mean, it's kind of like we've seen that example in, several sports before, like where something happened like that. It really all kind of stemmed from a maybe foul call. But, I mean, he got frustrated, and he fouled out with about 1:47 remaining. But nonetheless, I mean, right there, just a perfect shot. And after that, we saw the fans up right to the left of us. They were yelling at the Trojan bench. They were yelling at the officials. Both benches were up. I mean, the electricity in this air, it was something to it was astounding.
And of course, and you had to expect that. I mean, this is the biggest rivalry probably maybe in the Crossroads League, if I could go to that point.
I would say so.
I could see that from all the sports in the Crossroads League. Taylor and Huntington, they do not like each other.
I think the one exception would be Taylor, Indiana Wesleyan, because of their proximity to each other, and also they both have football programs, which helps that rivalry.
Could see that, yeah.
So I mean, Taylor is part of the two biggest rivalries in the Crossroads League. And well, here's the thing, Ryan. This game happened Saturday. It's the Foresters in Upland.
Again, yeah, twice in 1 week. That doesn't usually happen in college basketball, but we're going to have it right now.
Yeah, this game was supposed to take place on November 21st. COVID issues at Taylor, I believe, caused that game to be delayed, but this was a perfect setup. So that's going to be huge. And also, on our next broadcast here at FDN Sports, my apologies, we also had CJ Pena with 15 points and our player of the game, Jason Hubbard, with 22. So they both really performed for us. I mean, that was another thing. He got really chippy too, and you noticed when he was off the court, Ryan.
Yeah, Hubbard is a very dynamic player on both sides. Took him a little bit in the first half to really start to get going, but a player that is going to be really strong at the hoop. He's going to be able to rebound, defend very well, led the team in rebounds, points, and blocks. He's really threatening on both sides of the ball, but player of the game for Taylor, Jason Hubbard.
Yeah, and Goodline also had 11 points. Middlesworth with 15. Wilson with another 10-point performance off the bench.
3 in a row, I think.
The future's bright here in the Forest. But looking at FDN Sports this Saturday, Taylor Trojans women's team come to the Forest, and that's another rivalry with a lot of history too. So you don't want to miss it. That tips off at 1. But for the entire FDN Sports crew, I want to thank Miranda, Katie, Dylan for making these great graphics. We got Landon and Corey on camera and a couple other people. We want to thank the entire FDN Sports crew. This has been a fun one. I'm Carson Watkins. He's Ryan Walker. We're signing off. Foresters coming away with a win over their rivals tonight.